Good evening, world. Or more accurately, evening, Stan.
Evening, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. On our first attempt at a live broadcast, hopefully, my PC is successful enough at watching a YouTube, streaming to YouTube, whilst trying to have a conversation as well.
I'm just looking to see if we're live, and can I see it?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
I think it's called a test. I should probably just amend that now. So apologies if anyone's watching. It's getting there now.
Old men in technology.
Well, exactly that. That should be working now, hopefully, for everyone.
I can't see it at the minute.
Oh no, it's a disaster.
Let's go back to the channel. Nothing in live videos.
Oh, it's live when I'm on the screen.
Might just be. Is there a delay on it?
I don't know. Ah, visibility. No, it will be now. I'll turn to public. Hopefully it comes up pretty much now.
And looking and... Wait. Oh, there we're live.
Hey! Technology! Success!
Old men look at screen.
Oh my goodness. Clouds! Well, someone may join us, some people may not, but either way, mate, good evening.
Good evening, mate.
And let's enjoy watching this Warhammer preview show.
Yeah, so rumours are CD, which is sort of a...
Oh no! If it is, it'll be lovely. It'll be lovely that they're coming. But
frustrating.
Frustrating that it's coming for Sigmar and not Old World.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
I'm happy that I'd be happy that they're coming regardless, though.
Hello, Richie.
Hello, mate.
We're joined by a genuine...
a real YouTuber, not like us pair of plebs.
Yeah.
Someone who dangerously knows what they're doing.
I know it.
Oh, we're just excited. We're excited. So and a little bit trepidation. Like, I don't know what's coming.
Have you seen those crazy Facebook rumours?
I've seen some stuff about like new arcane journals, possibly.
Yeah, it sounded wild from what I was reading.
Yeah, I'm hoping. To be honest, I'm hoping if that is remotely true, that it is the start of the new kind of arcane journals, and we see things like the Slayer cult, and Cult of Slanesh. I'd love to see something like that come back.
We're going to see the more campaign style.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll see anything like the Cult of Slanesh. That's like at the minute. Don't get us wrong. I'm not for a moment suggesting that.
No, we need our boys back first.
But I'd love to see stuff like that coming.
It would be really interesting if they did books where it was, here's a setting, and here's 2 or 3 armies that took part in it.
Aye. Well, hopefully that setting something to do with a Slayer cult. Or Slayer army. Like, yeah. I'm just pandering to Richie.
I'm going to pander to Dave Brewer.
Nobody else cares. Night Goblin Robots on Manglers.
Yes.
Now we're talking.
That is one of my wet dreams.
I'm out there really hoping that Tomb Kings get some sort of buff because they clearly deserve it.
Oh yeah, because they're in a horrible place.
I think we need
But
to
what
put
else have we got?
powerfully
So
instead.
CDs in AOS.
I almost feel greedy, hoping for stuff for Old World because we've had so much good stuff.
Yeah, as my credit card can tell.
Yeah.
It's been absolute. My credit card looks like Bonnie Blue. Absolutely battered.
Oh my giddy aunt.
And that's, if we were monetized, we've just lost it.
Yeah. No one's thinking themselves professional in this shouty out a bit.
But then I think
Except for our sponsors, obviously.
we're obviously going to see some Space Marines.
In that ridiculous new... Oh, no, sorry, that's 30k. What's that armor you don't like?
Oh, the Saturnine.
Aye.
The stupid 80s shoulder pads.
Yeah, that size shoulder pad only works on a World of Warcraft orc.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, right, proper wish listing. I hope that the Chaos Dwarves...
That is an absolute dream.
I hope that just make plastic versions of the Forge World ones. A plastic Iron Demon would be fantastic.
Yeah, because then I could get a couple of skull crackers for a laugh as well to go with me steam cannonade proper tanks.
Some plastic torsos.
Yeah.
Yeah, just redo the Forge World range in plastic.
Yeah, that said, there's a lot of love out there for the big hats, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's a lot of big hat love out there. There's nothing been previewed about the flow of the show or anything as of yet either, is there?
no, but they've had the images up, so we've got, I think it's AOS, 40k, Heresy, Old World, Kill Team, I think there's Underworlds, and Black Library.
It's a busy old show, isn't it? A lot of
Black
over my shiny bald head.
Yeah, we'll quiet and when it's talking about Space Marines.
Nobody cares. Well, I don't care.
The Black Library stuff will be interesting.
Yeah. It's going to go absolutely mental. It's just going to go crazy when Evening Chris, thanks for joining. It's going to go mental when they do anything related to Chaos Dwarfs in regards for what's like. In fact, for AOS, it's going to make absolutely no difference. The people will love it because everybody loves Hashut.
Yeah, we're just going to see more Chaos Dwarf armies out there.
Yeah, some people might argue the good guy dwarfs who are cruelly left behind by their.
You can poke Richie.
Well, the evil Dowie cousins when they got cut off. They had to turn to the glorious saviour, Hashut. Hashtag Hashut's a good guy. I'm with you, Ian. I think the issue with Chaos Dwarfs, loads of people, I think there's people either in two camps that either love the industrial style of the last batch of Forge World, or they're part of the Big Hat Brigade. I mean, I love the Forge World ones more personally.
I love the Forge World ones, but I grew up with the big hats and the old skinny.
Well, of course you do, Richie. It's a dwarf. You just like all things short and bearded. The bigger the hat, the better. I just want. It would be nice that the Warboss Manglerin. If they did release the Forge World stuff in plastic, I'd have to get myself some more Bale Tauruses because the model's lovely as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see an updated Lamassu.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. But I'm with you, Ian. Like, I think I love the industrial look of the new Chaos Dwarfs, but I do get where you're coming from as well. Though, Stanley. You grew up with big hats.
Yeah,
I still actually really like the. Is it the old big hat like rank and file with just the axe there? They just sort of like standing like
the
that.
the plastic ones,
Yes, yeah, the ones from back in the day.
the monopose single piece
Yeah,
plastics.
I love some of the old monopause plastics.
I, I think the best ones were the sneaky gits, the goblins with the double curved knives.
I'd
They were
love
lovely
to
models.
release the hobgoblins though. Like, I really would. Um, they were nice anyway, but and also they're impossible to get hold of unless you can get scanned. So there's a lot of nice 3D print options out there, but
I think I
I'd
believe
like some original like officials to go alongside me 4-year-old CDs.
somewhere I'm sure I've got the STL scans of the original range.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Old World, other than an Arcane Journal, what do we think?
I don't know what else they could be announcing other than some like they can't announce too much. Like, there's bloody just been the match play guide, the effective 1.5 FAQ. We've
The
now
whole
got
new army.
Cafe, unless they also drop a bit of a bombshell and the second Arcane Journal for Cathay is announced. I doubt that a lot though. Like, that would be
Well,
wild.
I think they'll show it off, but they'll have to show what comes after it because we know that one's coming.
Yeah.
Unless they say what else is amongst it.
I imagine they'll probably announce. So are you thinking of the models on the next Arcane Journal of Cathay?
Well, we know there's going to be no new Cathay models with it.
Have they already announced that? Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, they've said it's only going to be.
Because they need to sell more balloons.
Yeah, it's only going to be what's her
Oh
face.
my god! Imagine if they did announce a balloon nerf. Like everyone else other than Cathay players would be. I mean, they can't go Dave. They need to sell more balloons.
They've probably sold them all now. They've taken the money now.
Yeah.
The next Arcane Journal is just balloon nerf.
Aye. We'll see the rise of the Sentinel.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious to see if there's going to be any actual models.
Well, I think they'll show. I mean, I'm sure it's already been shown, but they'll at least announce the dragon person.
Yeah, well, she's coming along with that second journal.
She's in the original. She's in the current journal though.
She's in the current journal, but she's actually getting released alongside the second journal.
Ah.
So people can buy more balloons. Like she'll be £100.
It's important to continue to buy balloons, though. It's important.
Yeah. You know, as a shareholder, please buy more balloons.
As someone looking forward to the being governed by our balloon overlords at every event that we see going forward, I bow down before you already.
Yeah, all these people whinging about the Green Knight. Doesn't look so bad now.
Now you need them. Go in there and get those balloons. And just keep chasing them while they run away from you.
Jesus, stupid balloons.
I know. On a side note, though, I've got a serious first world problem.
Are you out of alcohol a minute before the show starts?
I have misplaced my bottle opener, and this one's halfway down. And it's right here somewhere.
Tonight I'm rocking the Northern Monk.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, just don't mind me. Oh, there it is. It's all right. Success. My backup Guinness bottle openers came to the rescue.
I've got a nice heathen.
Oh, well, I'm on the bitter tonight. Hawk's Head bitter.
Oh, you're on Chester Juice.
No, that's Hawkstone, isn't it?
Hawkstone.
Yeah, Hawk's Head is from Hawk's Head in the Lake District.
Yeah.
If a beer company does want to reach out and sponsor us, I'm totally okay with it.
Oh, yeah, but I'll happily listen to any beer sponsorship. Right. Not sure. Do you need to... Is that live or...
It's live. I'll refresh it. Yeah, it's still just
Still
the countdown's
preview.
gone, but they haven't started anything. God damn them!
Oh, we've got something. Here they are.
Everybody, and welcome. We are very excited to welcome you today to the big summer Warhammer preview. My name is Adam Troke. I'm joined by my friend and colleague Eddie Eccles, and it is our delight to host this show.
Yeah, very exciting. We have a big preview today.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of Warhammer. We've got stuff from
Let's
all
chat more
sorts of
hats.
different settings, from Warhammer 40,000, Age of
Roll out the
Sigmar,
big hats.
some Horus Heresy in the mix there as well. There's a little bit of something for everybody, it's fair to say.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Let's talk about how it's going to work a little bit. If you're new, maybe this is your first Warhammer preview you've joined in.
It's very exciting.
We are your hosts, but we are not alone. We have the
Bald bearded
excellent
man
Simon
watches
Grant
bald bearded
over
man.
there in question corner.
Some of these people have hair.
Simon, what are you doing today?
Hey folks, welcome to the show. I'm going to be fielding questions on behalf of Eddie and Adam. So if you do have any questions that you'd like to ask them, please start your question with question in big letters, capital letters at the start of all your comments. And I will
faster
do
the
my
first
best
question gets asked
to
about
track
big
them,
hats.
and hopefully we'll get an opportunity later on in the show to ask Eddie and Adam those questions.
Perfect, thanks Simon. We're going to be taking some breaks throughout the sort of proceedings to try and field a few of those questions. We have a lot of content to cover off. We think we're going to be here for between an hour and 90
Hi,
minutes.
Kieran. Thanks for
if we
joining.
go fast. So bear with us and we'll do our best. We're aware the chat is still filling up. There's people flooding in from around the world. So
Gotta say,
the first
thanks to
thing I'd like
everyone
do is throw
for
it
yeah,
to
thank
joining
you.
us live.
Yeah,
I know.
involved, which is let us know.
We didn't give you much notice.
We do it every time.
I mean, let's be honest, we also didn't give much notice, but
punching in
really,
your,
really doubted
coordinates,
my
not too
capability to
specific.
get this set up and working.
I've got a question for you, Eddie. Done any hobby?
No,
lately?
Gary, it's literally just
Yeah,
the
I've been doing a
preamble.
little bit of Horus Heresy hobby.
Very nice. You
started
said you were
it-
going to.
I did, and I did. So I've got some white scars on my table at the moment. Got more
But
sprayed
if
up.
this-
their hobby.
And
Nobody
I'm
cares
starting
about their
to
hobby.
jet
Start
bike,
announcing
using
some
some of the
stuff.
Horus Heresy transfers on the side.
If this works and people enjoy
forward
it,
to
'cause we like the
I've also got
engagement,
some
we'll
Space
try
Wolf
and do
transfers
more live
from
shows,
Space
even
Wolf
if they're
box.
just sitting
Like
or
a lot of
paid
people are
to
very excited
sit
about
and
the
ramble.
Space Wolf army as
Well,
well.
now that it's
Even as a
It's
Dark
a
Angels
lovely,
fan,
it's a
I've
lovely
tapped out
army.
on my
Something that has brought a lot of people to Fenris,
technological
particular box.
uh,
How about
skills.
yourself? Have been doing any
Well,
cool
I'm glad
Warhammer?
you asked. The short answer is yes. I bought myself some new a new kill team. I went for the Hernkin yesterday, and I'm going to have a crack at that. I've not really played
you
Kill
can
I
Team.
am
tell
so
it.
ignorant of all
Used to be
things
my
from
main army.
40k.
The other thing,
Teams just
it's
all,
only
like,
went to the Throne of Skulls with my good friend
up,
Damien
isn't it?
O'Byrne, and we brought home
40K.
a gold medal, which was super fun to play so many games.
I enjoyed it when I
Let's
had
Battle
that
together with
kind
so many
of
lovely-
little
Huge shout out! I met a father and son
little
team
5
all
years
the way
of
across
playing
the
it.
Atlantic from the US,
It was canny,
and
but
they're now
the
hiking
churn on it.
around the mountains
What an
somewhere
unexpected
in Spain.
journey.
Literally tremendous. So I hope you get to tune in wherever you are. It was really fun. Thank you to all my opponents who played and then thought I wasn't such a horrible person to play against. Always nice. So, Si, where are people from?
Oh, all over the place. It's wonderful. So we've got folks from Australia, Canada,
Cheers.
USA, Spain,
Where's the
all
hats?
over the globe.
Get the
Someone
big hats
claimed
out.
these from Caliban.
Some of that
I don't know
stuff.
the truth of that one.
They've got to earn the money.
Only the very
Do
best
I?
among us could possibly come from such.
Doesn't want smiling though, so it's a tactic I can get involved with.
Awesome. Right. So, as I said before, we've got about 90 minutes worth of like wall-to-wall
90
Warhammer
minutes.
content in this big summer Warhammer preview.
It's a lot of
Probably
bolt
look to begin.
Yeah, let's get stuck in, shall we?
Right. So, Raph, punch the first video.
So just before we go in, the new guy, he's a little bit peculiar, but just bear with, okay?
Okay, cool.
Leagues of Votann. Squats.
Ah, okay. I wasn't sure if I should have known what that was. I mean, I can appreciate nice models in 40k, don't get it wrong. It just has no interest to us at all.
But this is... It's interesting to watch this because what leagues came out in 9th edition.
Space Dwarves.
Just two little dudes on a road trip.
So, but they came out a lot like Cathay with
What an
half a
incredible
dozen
set of reveals
half a dozen
for the
units.
League of Votann.
So
Oh,
this
did
is
they
their
almost
So
like a
this
specialist
is the
force
largest
to start
release for
with?
the Leagues of Votann.
Yeah, this is their
the
second
initial release
wave.
of the army. This is a huge expansion, all in plastic for
That's big
that
then.
force. There is new heavy infantry. There's some new artillery. There's loads of new, really characterful.
They're not biker
characters to add
squads,
to the
are
army.
they?
There's some new vehicles, all sorts of stuff. So there's the kind
They're
of shot of
chunky
the
little
full
boys,
army
aren't
there.
they?
But let's take a closer look at some of the specific models, specific units being added into the force. We'll start with the Arcanist Evaluator.
Yeah, so within the Leagues of Votann, they're not afraid of developing technology and expanding their understanding.
I've always
So an
appreciated the
Arcanist
option,
Evaluator
40k,
is kind of
and sort of
aside from the ordinary
out there fighting
kin within
worlds,
sort of the
you
war
can have a helmet
operate.
or not.
He's a member of the science guilds that are responsible
it's
for
kinda-
Get shot in the head, or you
brings
get
to
shot in the
battle,
helmet.
an experimental weapon in the sort of closing phases of
I never liked
This is
the
a
bare heads.
matter inverter.
I'm added,
Yeah,
but then
it's
that's
got
also
4
exactly
fire
on
modes,
paint.
and on the highest
There's
one,
also a
it
bit of
literally
that,
triggers, lethal atomic transformations.
So if
What
I can
that means
avoid painting
is that
eyes,
Yeah, so
will.
he's taken out his new experimental weapon.
Yeah,
basically,
they've
for the
totally
shield,
done
to see if it is
totally
as
done
he
away
suspects,
with some of
powerful
the,
enough
like,
to
biker gang.
against tanks or Tyranid monsters, whatever he happens to come up against.
pretty much yes to the
Pretty
above.
much yes to all of the above. He's not part of the official sort of Leagues of Votann military hierarchy, so he doesn't join your units necessarily, but he kind of hangs around in your army. Next to
Yeah,
you,
okay,
and
you're
he's
in
got
the
kind of
war when
the
they
ability
when
to
the
be near
first
your
dropped.
infantry, that sort of thing.
The Leagues of
But a very
Votann
useful,
were
characterful
just
little model to add into your Leagues of Votann force.
was it a
They
whole
made-
army
nice
of
way of
balloon
kind of
level
showing
book?
some of
they
the
made
kind of lore
balloons
and culture
look
of
like
the army as well. of the
a
Leagues
single
of
Lego
Votann.
balloon.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a glimpse behind the
Yeah,
sort of
they
character,
were
and you can see some really
broken
cool
as they had to do with
sort of
day
key
one.
into that. He's got these
Oh, really?
Day one,
on his,
yeah.
weapon. You can almost
40k is
imagine
a crazy game,
recording
innit?
the data from the results.
That's a very cool head as well, kind of mad scientist vibe going on.
It's
and if
mental
you
when
wanted
you
to,
think
there's
you've
a
got, like,
separate,
I think it's up to
that you can have, which is
25 or
health,
26
health and safety
factions.
protocols, then, you know,
Absolutely.
that's the way to go. Next up, my absolute standout favourite. This is the thing that made me march into Warhammer World yesterday and buy some Leagues of Votann models for
He's
myself.
got a little bit of
Memory
the
Strategist.
Fabius Bale about him.
He is an Ironkin. Those of you who are fans of the League of Votann
The-
will understand that the Ironkin.
You know
are
the original Fabius Bale?
Abominable
All these
intelligence.
sort of-
well, not,
Yeah.
not in their mind, but
Apothecary
they're artificial
coming out of them.
intelligences which.
His
they
helmet
hold
kind of,
equal
if you're not
position
familiar
within
with the
Votann
range, I'll probably go over
society
your
as a
head, but his
CU unit
helmet
alongside
faceplate
each
looks
other.
like the
And
AdMech
that's sort of
robots.
within that iron dome that is normally his head. The first really cool
That
thing
very
about this
kinda
model is that you see the little
50s,
noodly
60s
things,
robot,
on
blank
you call
blank
them
visor.
dendrites, right? These cables that come out of him. Each of those is an additional
yeah.
CU unit.
I mean,
Using the
not that I,
combined intelligence of multiple
recognise the
Iron
link, but
Kings,
it's a nice-
essentially, and
I
he
quite like
uses
it.
that to enormous effect in terms of strategy and tactics on the battlefield, directing the efforts of the kin around him.
It's a lovely model.
It keys into a rule as well, which is known as yield points, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. And most important,
I think
it looks
you could do
amazing.
something with that.
It's a very, very cool miniature, isn't it? Really characterful. I think also got
You could do something with
spare
that
arms
code.
up there, which is holding onto
Bonus
his
arms.
little data pad. He's tapping away on there, giving orders to all the various kin and Leagues of Votann units across the battlefield. And his main pair of arms he's used to sort of hold in his contemplative state, which is the exact pose that I have when I'm considering my movement phase in Warhammer 40,000.
And if you want to dazzle your friends with some knowledge, the array he's got on his back is called a cognitar mantle, and that's where he gets like his extra brain power from. Really sensational. Speaking of Ironkin, these are a new unit of Ironkin. They are called the Steeljacks. 2 types of metal.
So they're
They
robots.
don't look dwarfy
Yeah,
enough.
so this is the Ironkin Steeljack.
No, they're
specialist,
the artificial intelligence.
kind of more warrior type of Ironkin. A lot of the Ironkin are
That's-
fairly sort of helpful. They're kind of
they-
default.
Right.
That's the next-
civilian roles in society.
That's the
default
next
state is
evolution
sort
of
friendly, affable,
GDP or whatever.
helpers for the Leagues of Votann for the kin.
It's what Google
These are a much
Gemini's
more
could
warlike
evolve into when it
programming,
takes over
so
the world.
They march out actively into battle, seeking conflict.
Which is, you know, it's
they
fair.
are
Like,
in very large suits
artificial
of armor, so they
intelligence is
stand
gonna
kind of,
take over and we're
almost
all
twice
gonna
the
be,
height of
As-
a kin or
useless.
a League of Votann
Has no
warrior,
one watched
and they have got some
Terminator?
pretty decent
None of these
weaponry
people
as
don't know
well.
what
You can
happens.
Kit them out in a variety of different ways. You
Co-
can either go,
co-pilot
combat
is
lead,
Skynet.
which is an example there,
So, I mean,
where you can have like
effectively,
concussion fists
by
and,
having tall boys
bolt
work for
guns,
them,
or you can go with a ranged
in that this League of
option.
Votann
In
is
game
actually
terms, they
Chaos
work a little
Dwarfs.
bit like
These are
Wraithguard,
space
I suppose, is the
hobgoblins.
closest approximate. So very durable unit, quite powerful weaponry, very good for doing things like moving on
can
to
I
objectives and
read
trying
into
to hold
that
onto
and
it,
accuse them of that?
and fighting off enemy
No,
counterattacks, that sort of thing.
No,
because
I
the
can't.
in real
because
terms,
they treat their AI as
heavily
equals.
armored, extremely dangerous unit. You can see the leader in the squad as you looked at
So-
the pictures by the Primarch crest, which sort of rises above his head.
Are they? I
there we
think
go,
they're
in the
bigger than
background.
Space Marines.
He's got a plasma sword. Guy on the front's got a.
I don't know if it might be, but
Great new addition to the.
it's hard to
I mean, I
tell.
was trying to comment on a game that neither of us play,
They're not that
and one of us has
There's
absolutely no
more.
knowledge about.
The Chthonian Earthshaker channels some really strong energy from that sort of rogue trader.
They're
era.
just
Remember
more
mole
mortars.
for squat
Very
armies?
well, yeah.
Space mortars.
So these are
Because
sort of
mortars have
inverse
worked so
artillery
well
that rather
for
than
out
lobbing a shot high above
history
the enemy, they
that
fire
the-
those mole
that's what we
shells
continue
that
to
you
do in
see down at
space.
the bottom,
No,
deep
but these
into the
ones
ground,
are
they burrow
reverse
in on the
mortars because
enemy
they fire
and in
underground.
a trench line, in a bunker, and just blow everyone to kingdom come.
Each one of these
Oh.
have a really lovely sort of diorama in their own right,
Right.
as well. So you can see the kin there working with the Iron Kin, loading up the artillery. You can see one of them there with his little scanner,
like these,
almost directing the
these
mole
are-
as it kind of
they're cool
buries
models.
underground towards the enemy fortifications. Obviously, it's a powerful piece in game.
Also, they're actual space
You've got all
dwarfs.
sorts
Like,
of,
look at them, they're short.
Yeah,
nice kind of ways that this will bolster your.
they're pretty
Legion of
chunky
Votann
boys,
forces.
them.
Maybe it
Short,
doesn't have a huge
funky, and
amount
they're
of very
firing
long
some
range
sort of space cannon. They're
artillery.
definitely a dwarf.
And yeah, I think it's a great kit, really.
Awesome. Speaking of the bigger models that are inside this launch, we have the Capricus. So the Capricus is one of those kits that makes two things. You can see here the Capricus defender will show you the Capricus carrier in a
big
minute.
of those leg things.
Essentially, it is either a
The
sort of
hover
attack
plates.
vehicle,
Yeah,
for
I'm not
the,
sure what I think of
kin,
that.
or it's a transport vehicle. They've got so this is the carrier.
It is just a Mario
Gun.
Kart.
It's got, less
Yeah,
other
there's some
weapons
that
on it.
doesn't
You can see
quite
the stowage
sit.
bag for the crew that will ride in the back.
Right with us on it.
Whichever you take, essentially, this is enabling.
It fits in with the rest of the range.
Yeah, I mean, I like bits of
Yeah,
it.
so
It's
it adds a bit
just
of mobility into your Leagues of Votann
the
force.
hover pads that just don't quite do it for us
carries
personally.
5 models, so it works a little bit
It's
like
a shite gyrocopter.
the other kind of Leagues of Votann transports, where you pick one
Which
of
is
the
in turn
units,
now just some
can
sort of
split
shit
into
version of a
2
Cathay
groups of
balloon.
5. 5 of them can ride around in one of these. If you've got 2
Oh, you're a gyro
transports,
bomber.
obviously
Oh,
ride
you can
around
bomb
in 2
every now and then.
transports.
You're not cool.
And as you
You're
say,
not
Adam, you
Cathay.
can choose
You're not a
between either
balloon.
having the transport option, or you can just have all the guns.
All
and
the
have
bombs,
a
all the
fast-moving
guns.
fire support unit.
Yeah, for me, this is stunning. This is what made me march off to Warhammer World yesterday and buy the home.
There's some really lovely little touches on this. The stowage bags are really nice at the back. I like that you can build this with 2 Ironkin as well.
I
if
don't
you've got an
disagree,
Ironkin
Kieran,
pilot
about
and an
the
Ironkin gunner,
sculpts.
you can build
They
them
give
like that.
GW,
Fans of Ironkin generally,
they
there is a
choose,
lot of
like,
Ironkin
some of the
in
newer
this
stuff
quite well,
very
Leagues of
nice.
Votann release.
Whether it's your personal aesthetic or
There's
not.
also a
They are very
new
good.
combat patrol for the Leagues of Votann on the way. We're all familiar with combat patrols if we're familiar with Warhammer 40,000. If you're new, let me explain what they do. It's a fantastic way to start.
I think some of the 40k stuff, it's moving more away from the grimdark.
Yeah, it is, but now it has with the West, wasn't it?
In the background, the hearth,
Yeah, I think the only place left with the really gritty stuff is
Just wonderful
Necromunda.
ingredients to bulk out a force.
Yeah, there's
I
some really
sort
useful
of how
things
you
in
would
there
move
as well. Like,
Necromunda
you
away
don't
from
tend
the
to see a League
grimdark
of Votann
concept.
army that doesn't have all of
That's
those
not
units.
Yeah,
valid
there's no
GW,
wastage there.
so
So it's all good stuff. A couple of boxes
But
of
that's
these and
the
then you've got
era-
new units, and you've got an army.
You're
basically.
away.
Robin
Yeah,
would love
absolutely
those,
so.
it's the John Blanche art.
Now, on to, for many
Classic,
people's
particular sixth
opinion, I
edition.
expect the main
Is
event
he
of this
wearing a
release.
nid?
This is Bury Agneson. Eddie?
So Bury Agneson is the last survivor of a Leagues of Votann clan, which has been consumed by the encroaching Tyranid menace. He is known as the Thrice Devoured. A Tyranid monster has actually eaten this guy, but that wasn't enough to keep him down. He clawed his way out of his
Oh,
gullet.
that's a bit cheeky,
Climbed
that.
his way back out to safety 3 times.
Back in
Apparently.
the
And
back in the
now
day when they got
goes
rid of
across the
squats,
galaxy, across the
they said that
Kinwalkers
they'd been
as the
eaten by the
roving
nids.
Tyranids killing
Oh, was that
specialist.
originally why
Absolutely.
they disappeared?
Yeah.
As a specialist, he is an
And then, so they've brought this guy in
combat
that's
unit.
been eaten by
He's
nids.
equipped with that dark
Oh, that's
blade you can
that's
see there,
quite
which is
cheeky.
called Bane.
If you're down with the original lore.
He's pure violence in melee form.
I think you're going to get a lot of this guy in armies because his rules are very good. He is. A
Wow,
great
DW
combat
released a
frontline,
new
but
model with
he's
good
also
rules.
A lone operative, so you can imagine this guy advancing either on his own or alongside, kind of behind your forces, and swooping in on the big
big-ass
enemy
weapon.
monsters and stuff that get forward to threaten your battle line.
Yeah, and
It's a
his
big-ass
lore really
dwarf.
comes into it. So he's a member of. Well, he's
Well,
the only member now of an
I
organisation.
mean, a lot of the
Emberg
hate
Aegir
is
Block,
not
which
it's
one
not
of
him
the
though,
leagues
is
of
it?
Votann.
No,
Literally
it's
wiped
got to
out
be
down to
he's
the very last kid,
he's got to be
which
standing
is
on a
this guy.
tactical
Big thing.
rock.
And so
And he's got a
he's so
tactical
bitter.
rock.
His whole life is devoted now to just hunting.
I like
down
the
the
model. Like for what it's worth, though, bits of the model I think are really nice. Like, I love that.
I like the faceplate.
Played
This
out
is
on his
really
model.
cool.
He's got this sort of belt buckle, which very much looks like he's sort of taken some affectations from the Tyranids. He's got what looks like, we've been having quite a discussion about this, a Tyranid Prime sort of cadaver.
I think it's a
over his
Tyranid
head.
Prime that he's got over the top of his head.
Yeah.
There's a nice little nod in this model as well to. There's like the idea at some point that the squats were eaten by the
Oh,
Tyranids.
Stan, you're
And
ahead of the
this guy
game.
kind of goes, well, yeah, they were eaten by the Tyranids, but also they clawed their way out again. So there is a
Absolutely.
little bit of truth to that sort of outdated understanding maybe of what happened to that faction.
Fantastic. And all this
Outdated understanding,
obviously
or
supported with
we've just retconned
Codex
it, so
Leagues
don't
of
worry about
Votann
it.
And all new
Yeah,
Codex for
it
Warhammer
was.
40,000, which contains. This is a.
There's nothing wrong with a retcon. If you want to retcon something, just roll with it.
Spankingly good
Own it.
lore. It's got great
It
rules and
works.
art. It explains all of the new things, obviously.
I don't like the word
In
retcon,
terms
but
of
it
the
works
rules,
in
there's too much
the
to go into
40k
in
universe
the
because it's
detail
so
here.
big
But
and
a
there's
thing to cover would be
Oh.
the
timelines all over the place.
Army-wide mechanic.
Absolutely, yeah. So yield points
It's not
effectively
inherently a retcon per
changes
se,
the
but
way
they have
your
retcon
army
a lot,
works
so.
over the course of the game,
Yeah.
and it works
Of course, now,
in the way
the
that
whole thing's
the
evolved
Leagues of
over
Votann approach
decades,
acquisition,
etc.
effectively. So early on in the game,
Yeah, like
you
the
haven't
squat's
got very
been
many yield
eaten by the
points,
nades
you're
was
getting
put on
bonuses for
one of
attacking enemy
GW's
units
old
on
forums.
objectives for the most part across your army.
Oh,
And
was
then
it?
later on,
Is
once
that
you've
where it
came
acquired
from?
yield points, you
That's
get
where it
bonuses
came
for
from.
having
One of
your own
the I
units
can't
on
remember who it
objectives,
was,
so they
but
get better at defending them,
it was a
better bonuses
GW
for
writer.
defense, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it
So
sort of encourages you to play in that sort of, acquisition-focused
Yeah.
and it's a really great
We
mechanic.
made
Right? This
cannons,
is exactly how you win
obviously.
in Warhammer 40,000.
Like,
Early
we've
on,
got the
you kick
balloons.
people off objectives. Later on,
It's a
you hold
grudgeon.
objectives.
That's
So
a grudgeon.
And some of the
powerful.
new units that we've
Dwarfs
shown
made
and some of
dwarfs
the
made the
units that were
cannons, and they're the
released
shittest
now
cannons in the
get
game.
into that.
It's
For
how
example,
you
the Memory
know they
Strategist
made it,
just lets
because
you
they made it.
increase or
Their cannons
decrease
crap.
your,
Give it to the
your
Empire.
yield by one.
Their cannons got
Yeah.
better,
So,
and they thought,
really
what can we do
sort
to
of
make these even better?
thoughtfully
We'll also
put
go to
into
the
this guy
cafe.
who's overseeing the total
Yeah.
tactical function of your army. You can just
Not
go,
that I wish any harm or anyone, but I would
Um,
love them to release
we should show some of the
Vampire
models.
Coast
Let's do it, yeah.
and then
So
to have a
we've
better
got some in front
cannon.
of us. We're very
The
limited
dwarf
how to put our-
and Richie's head just explodes.
So there'll be a bit of sort of scale comparison here.
Vampire
You
Coast
can
would be a
see this is
cracking
the
shout,
Alchemist,
though.
and then you've got the Memnir.
E-
They're like
even
normal
vampires get a better
Votann
cannon.
so any kin is about the same sort of proportion.
You
There
can
you
have
go
a
for the
cannon.
can see
You can have a
how
cannon.
Sort of much bigger.
There you go for some
the,
size
the
comparisons.
Steeljacks are. I think your
So they're probably about the
comparison
height of
is
Space
to
Marines, those
Wraith
robots.
Guards
Ah,
is
right,
quite
yeah.
fair,
Yeah, they're about the
actually.
same size as a Wraith Guard. It's kind of in that ballpark. As,
I do like
kind of
that
medium
underground
heavy infantry.
mortar thing, though, if
This
I'm
is the new
honest.
artillery piece. It's maybe not like as big as something like an Imperial Guard tank or something like that, but compact, mobile, that sort of thing, fitting in with the aesthetic.
Oh,
Big
that's
base,
a
that.
big
Leagues of
It's a
Votann.
big-
You can
well,
sort of imagine it starting
Looks
like
like
as a
100
piece of
mil.
mining equipment, and they've sort of evolved it into a weapon.
You can definitely see sort of some of those origins. I just want to draw some attention to some of the super cool bits on it. This guy here, you can see over his shoulder, he's got like a data slate. You've got this sort of, I don't know, like loading hatch that you can model open or closed. On this side, you've got a case which has more of the shells. You get spare shells to put on their own bases. It's just a really thoughtfully designed and very exciting kit. So we should show more though, because this is by no means the end of it.
Absolutely, we've got the Capricus here, so just make some space
So
on
what?
the
That's
table.
their
So
little
this guy.
scout bike
So
thing.
this is your new vehicle. This is the Defender pattern, which is the gun version. And as you can see there, there's a little bit of space, not quite enough space for transport on this one, but there is one which is a transport vehicle. But I really like the Ironkin on this. It's actually
He's got like
You
a
probably
tiny
got their
little-
gunpowder off
small,
Cathy
yeah,
as well.
'cause
That's why
they
they're
fit a full-size
super powerful.
kin in there. So they've given them a little tiny Ironkin, actually perfectly designed for the role.
Absolutely, and I guess the star of the show himself in many
There
ways.
he is.
Oh, this is
So the,
Well, it's
the,
well
the
interesting
thrice
size,
devoured
like,
there.
just-
So he's still kind of kin-sized.
Yeah,
you
he's
can have-
massive, but
kind of have a look on
that
this
base is
model here
about
that so much of it is
20%
now
of his
bionic,
height.
right? So he's been chewed up and
Bionic fingers that do it.
chewed up
Really
and
cool.
spat out so many times that like his arm, bits of his arms, there, most of his face, perhaps a
So
kind of
that's what it's been
unspecified
like,
amount of
because
his
I
body
just
has
need the
probably
one
been
that I
dissolved
find
by
the
horrible
fact that the Cathy
turning bioacid in their stomach and things.
give,
but he's still kicking.
black powder out of the
and
dwarfs, just-
it also shows how durable.
Some
the
retcons
kin
I
are,
could
right?
just
So
forgive.
They're specially
Oh, did you-
designed by
Just
their
cannot be
Votann
forgiven.
to be
Some
durable
systems
to
cannot
endure
be
kind of the most
forgiven.
hostile conditions. And
On
this is a good
Empire,
example of
did
how
you
that
see
kind of
that
manifests.
they've
Yeah,
put
really cool, isn't it?
Gas Morale up
So,
for pre-order?
I think we've covered the league.
Has it gone for pre-order from that site?
Before
Yeah,
we,
from
move
that
on,
German
we're gonna go to
company.
the old world next. A couple of sort of
How much was it?
housekeeping bits. The first one would be we're going to
200
return to
quid
41st
ish.
Millennium at the end of the preview. So particularly if you like Kill Team, but also there's some other things
I could
for other
probably
factions as
justify
well.
that myself.
Do hang around if you like Warhammer 40,000.
It looks
The other
very
thing I would
similar
say is
to something
that,
we're planning for November.
I bet it
mentioned
does,
they were
aye.
Joining us from around the world. You can interact with our social teams. We have sort of.
Yeah, I looked at it and went,
manage our various sort
All
of
guns
social
came
media
from
places.
Cathy.
Here they are.
If
If you want to
Ball
sort of get
guns.
involved in the conversation in the language which suits you.
Everyone would do
so
better at events if they had
They're really
balloons.
lovely people. They're really engaged. And want to, sort
If
of
in doubt,
get
balloon
to
it
know
out.
about Warhammer in the language that suits you. So, and if you speak English or you're willing to take a pot shot at it, these are our socials as well. So please come and join the conversation.
Yeah, we'll see you there. Yeah.
Right, time for a little bit of Warhammer: The Old World.
Yeah, let's
Oh yes, that's what we're talking
So-
about.
Oh,
First
ooh.
up, we have brand new units for
Oh, hello,
the
you
Tomb
cheeky
Kings of
devil.
Khemri. This is a new multi-part plastic kit that makes the Royal Heralds.
Oh, look, that's an actual heavy horse, unlike what they're currently making me motion priest
a
ride.
new hero / lord. You could make that and call it a Tomb Prince or a Tomb King. I think it's up to you.
Tomb King on a
You
horse.
get a battle standard.
Yeah, you can put him on a
either
horse,
these
where he's
if you fancy a faster
in a
moving
unit
battle
of
standard,
shit
stick it on the horse guy. If you fancy him like standing around in one of your big regiments of skeleton warriors or tomb guard, then go for the on foot version. There's some options in terms of head things as well. Battle standard bearers are key to Warhammer armies. If you play the old world,
That is
you'll
nice.
Yeah, I
That-
love
it's
this
much
model.
better than
That
the ugly one.
Weird
Whoa.
scorpion. Both the paint scheme and the model itself are very cool.
I,
As you say, this
thanks,
one's
Rich.
part as
I
well,
thought that as well.
the
Tomb
plastic
Kings
one, you've got
definitely
lots of
need some new
chariots and
stuff and
Yeah, yeah.
a bit
you can
more of a
mix
power
them in.
creep.
I would imagine there's a fair bit of customizability between this kit and some of the
That's
other
lovely,
Tomb King
to be
bits as
fair.
well.
That is a
not
really
just
nice.
within this kit itself, but also I think things like the Tomb.
Be interesting to
Tomb
see
Guard,
how
for
it
example.
scales
So,
next to
this isn't
the
only new plastic
infantry.
for the Tomb Kings of Khemri.
Yeah.
We also have the Leech
Ooh.
Priests.
Oh,
Fundamental
yes.
to the workings, literally.
Oh,
Yeah, you
Oh, now we're
absolutely need Lich
talking.
Priests in your army if you've got a Tomb King's army. Your army
Well,
only
let's get
went
ready
up
to
because you had
put-
Lich Priests.
put.
It's their job
Tell
to
Fiora
keep the magic
some of her
flowing and
armies
keep
actually
your
wants to
army
build like one
marching
even
forward.
more on the back
Again,
burner because
this
there's
is a
some new
multi-part
Doom
kit.
King
There's
stuff
some lovely
coming out.
options on these. You can see they're perhaps a little bit less dead than some of the other Khemri,
Yeah,
but they're still
they've got
very
some
definitely
desiccated skin
yes,
hanging
They
definitely
are
desiccated.
really
Spent
nice.
far too
One
long
on
in the
foot's
desert
currently got a
instead
big
of
hat.
I love the vulture on the top of the
Oh,
staff.
that
Yeah,
is so
absolutely.
nice.
So thanks for bringing that back. It's a really lovely image of these sort of animated creatures that have sort of come alive
Yeah.
through the magic of the rituals. that
I
have
think
taken
you were
place.
saying as well that looks
think
like
that
it's
would be
right
a
out of
new
piece of Warhammer
heavy
art.
Yeah,
horse.
the mounted guy. in
It's
particular,
already a heavy
they're
horse
both-
stand. That's why I can't join
the
light
Oh,
horse
mounted guy,
it is
cars.
a-
from sort of the perfect angle, he just looks like the artwork, and I mean that is the highest possible.
That is
yeah, Dave, the
really nice.
multi-part
Tomb King
plastics.
veterans might be wondering
Wow.
if that's extra armor on the
That is
skeleton
so
sleeve.
nice.
It certainly is. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment.
Oh, that's a
yes,
Hierophant
you can
model.
have a barded
Turn it up a
skeleton
little
sleeve.
bit, Scott, because they're going to
It
talk
might be quite
about
useful
the options
to
for
use
them.
the terrible armor saves in your Tomb King's army. I guess we can talk about that now. If we go across to also coming out is a new
Oh shit.
The War of Cetra's Fury.
Oh.
Cetra, the imperishable, is very, very angry. His lands have been defiled. He feels like he owns everything. And he is launching a full-scale invasion northward into the sort of border region between the Empire and Bretonnia, sort of known as the Vaults. It's also inhabited by some dwarfs, and you've got sort of dispossessed barons and nobles from both the Empire and Bretonnia, and so they are forced to rally in defence of a full-scale invasion of the undead from Khemri. There are rules for sort of allied forces, playing smaller games in like a timely and interesting fashion. It's just packed, and it's a really cool way of looking at the lore of the old world and how they're sort of
Screw the
explaining
smaller
things that took
games,
place
give us
in
more
this particular part of the
stuff.
Warhammer timeline.
Does
It's
that?
great to do
It
some new lore
might
for the old world.
just
as well.
be an image,
Yeah,
but that
absolutely.
looks like
The
bigger than
diving
48
into the
pages. It looks like an
opportunities
actual
the world allows.
hardback.
It looks hardback. It looks hardback.
Like it just in this
Oh.
really just screams.
Might just be the image.
Oh, I love it.
But
There's another Arcane Journal coming, which is equally exciting. Just happens at the other side, quite literally, of the region in the Old World known as the Old World. This is Dawn of the Storm Dragon, and it features a bold strategic move made by Miao Ying, who's the lady pictured in the centre. She's one of the children of the Dragon Emperor, and she learns of the Chaos Invasion, which is happening in the north, and is concerned that it's going to gain too much traction. So loads ships full of Grand Cathayan soldiers and sails to the Empire, sets up an enclave, and helps to try and
Oh my
stymie this
giddy
Chaos
aunt.
invasion. In real terms,
like we said,
A,
campaign
a cool
books.
story, and
Yep.
B, there's rules in there for all sorts of things, including the opportunity to have an allied force of Grand Cathay and the Empire of Man.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
That is
We've
really
never had
cool.
anything like that before.
What we need to do is combine
Yeah,
all
so-
the cannons
and I
that are
think
better
this
than
is
dwarf
sort of,
cannons in the army.
A great example of the really sort of bold.
There's lots of balloons.
GDO team responsible for the Old World are doing.
Is that
They
ship in the
clearly love
background of the
setting,
image?
want to explore it in
Got a
really
balloon
rich
attached
light.
to it.
It'll be a land ship that has a
absolutely.
landing
So-
platform for balloons.
We should throw over to Question Corner.
No, not questions. Show us the models.
Questions for us.
What-
Want more
so that-
information?
Loads and loads of questions. I think the majority of them are focusing on the Leagues of Votann. There's loads of
So
fun new toys coming out there, of course.
that's potentially
The
hardbacks,
first one is
but it could just be
actually
the
about
images.
judgment tokens. Are they still a thing?
Oh,
Obviously we've
I
got
need
the
to go
yield
back to
rules.
Orwell and give me more information.
So
Those
the focus
token
in
models
terms
look
of the army mechanics
beautiful.
is those yield points. That we
I mean,
talked about
naturally, I
before.
would say that, but
It's always good when
I
we
want
get
more
questions
details.
Like, can you tell me the really grainy, granular rule
So
things?
the
Because
first
answer is
book.
No, we got 90 minutes to
You've got
as much stuff as
it's
we
in
can,
the
as fast as we
vaults.
can.
So
We'll
there
cover
you've got
way
dwarves,
more detail
you've got
about,
exiles,
Votann rules and
you've got
mechanics
border
and all those things
princes.
as we lead towards it. But you're in for some subtle changes in the way the Leagues of Votann work, and it's quite exciting.
I need more.
We've got
I
another
need
one which
more.
were the
I need more deets.
funky drill shell
I
tokens.
need more
on Wolfbane and
information.
Earthshake.
I
What
need
did they
more
get to?
spoilers.
So I do have a really short and candid answer for that. You saw them on the little base beside. The kit comes designed for you to have two of
What's
those.
new for the dwarves? What is it? What's new
If I
for the
remember
two drinks
correctly,
other than
and don't
spectacular
like sue me on the internet
models?
if I get it wrong. You put them down alongside the.
It's
Earth
such a
Shaker
tease to
book,
then go to
and
a
you can
break
remove
and
one
start
from the game
taking
and give yourself
questions.
rerolls on wound rolls or
I'm just
pain.
thinking because,
So, yeah, it's
if
kind of
what
fun.
we
It's like,
think,
it
you're going to
represents
get more
something
armies of infamy, more
Yeah, so
campaign
the
rules.
the unit is sort of set up so that they have
Dwarves,
some
no
specialist
problem.
shells,
You
so
can
that'd be like
put whatever you want
presenting
in
the unit
there.
being like, right, we're going to use one of the big ones.
You're not going to get an army of infamy for an army of infamy that's exiles.
Probably got time for one more, so let's go with how many models can the Capricus carrier transport?
Great question.
It carries 5, so it
No,
works
the
a little
ton
bit like some of
40K.
the other Leagues of Votann
No, I know.
transports, where
They
you
just-
take a unit of.
they essentially
Legion
showed us
tens,
some old
you
world
split the unit
stuff
in half,
that
so
wet the
5
whistle
of them
and
can
then
go in that.
took
If you've
it
got 2
away.
more transports, you can carry
I do
both
not
units,
like that.
round in those, or you can leave
I'm,
them
I'm,
on your.
I'm intrigued by those
deployment
books.
elsewhere.
Grand,
Yeah,
that's a
very
nice
much
one.
so.
Thank you. So we'll draw a curtain on the old world, but we will go.
No,
to the
that
mortal
was it.
realms instead.
Cannot
Some
be.
exciting
That's all
things,
they're going to
for us
talk about with Old
here.
World. Cannot
And
be.
we
Yeah.
start with a new battle tome for Death, the Death Grand Alliance.
Oh, Scott,
these are the
can
fleshy
you,
supports.
while
Many of you will be familiar with them.
we'll get this on, the article is up on Warcom about the Old World release.
Let me try to find it.
Oh no, so it was just the images, the 48-page supplements.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So in the Cetrus Fury, you'll find rules for mounts for Khemri characters, incantations of the mortuary cult.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, Richie, you're going to wet yourself. Various armies of infamy, including dwarf and slayers.
Oh, there we go. Dwarfs and Border Princes. Border Princes is that code for Dogs of War.
Yeah, and we've got a slayer army.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
And then more, the Storm Dragon book continues Friedel the Chainmaker story. New terrain rules, multiplayer games, and the Army of Infamy for Cathay.
And the people of Westerland. Well, I mean, do you think they'll circle back and do more Old World stuff? I think that's literally all we're going to get.
I think that's going to be it.
Oh, that is very sad.
It's sad.
I say
but
sad. It's sad because I want more and I'm greedy.
What?
But I'm
the
very
heck?
excited about this.
What the heck is Incantations of the Mortuary Cult? A new spell law?
Oh God! I mean, is it an expansion of like no law of Nekekaran turned into a full-on law? Or is it
because MC need more help?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah. Agreed. Mortuary Cult definitely need more stuff.
And mounts for characters.
Well, maybe they're going to turn that horse into something that's not utter crap. Or whether there's anything new and jazzy coming.
So essentially, that first book is going to be
More Mortuary Cult jazz,
your
Slayer
second
Army,
Arcane Journal,
and
Dogs of
what
War.
we think is Dogs of War, but they're calling the Border Princes now. That is very exciting.
Do you think the Border Princes
Well, yeah, it
might...
probably is, to be fair. It's probably some sort of new art way of taking arcane items or something.
Do you think the Border Prince army might just be a mixture of all the Empire, the Bretonians, dwarves?
Yeah, probably I. That probably is what it's going to be. But like that is fundamentally a Dogs of War army, though, isn't it?
Yeah, just...
Without some of the jazzy, flavoursome stuff.
Yeah, without all the old... What was it? 5th edition?
Yeah, like the
Birdmen and...
characters and all their different units. Oh, Jay, it's on the Warcom.
I'll post it in chat.
I was going to say, I'll just post it in the chat now. There we go, I've got it.
Oh.
There's a little bit of bump on there talking about very, very brief. I heard.
That is a lovely kit.
Yeah, that is nice. A lot of the Nighthawk stuff is though.
No, I was talking about just looking at the new.
Oh, the new Tomb King stuff.
Yeah.
They are stunning. Stunning.
God, the old horses are going to look so shit next to that.
I mean, at least they'll look as crap as they are, and they will actually look like light horses, as opposed to masquerading as heavy horses.
I quite like that, back to that Nighthawk. I quite like that if you could get rid of the smoky shit.
Aye. They do love an extra arm, don't they? He doesn't even have crotch arms, though. He's got, like, extra head arms.
Oh, there you go. What do you get in that?
Hexwraith are options. The sooner they get rid of all the old scopes for VC, the sooner we can hopefully get them released into Old World.
Yeah. But they need... It's the Flesh Eater coats that'll be the problem.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, they'll just
Never
waffle on
ever
here
seen
about
before.
the...
Get us back into the stream.
Cool.
So why don't we start with this?
I have a feeling we know what's coming. The hats are big. And it is not the old Forge World stuff.
What an incredible reveal, Eddie! I know you're super excited.
I am very excited. This might be my new Age of Sigmar army. These are the Helsmiths of Hashut. These are effectively the reincarnation of the Chaos Dwarf concept for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. An entirely redesigned and brand new army.
They're very
coming out
different.
first in an
They're
army
very
set,
and if you notice
arriving
that, they've
alongside
given
X-Men
them
Battle
spears,
Plan.
which
the army set
aren't an
also
option in Old
serves
World.
as the spearhead force for the Helsmiths of Hashut. These models are phenomenally cool. The rules are great. The lore is great. I love absolutely everything about them. Let's dive into the miniatures.
I think first thing I want to say
excited.
is let's talk
I'm a
about
bit
like
disappointed.
why they are these. When the time of chaos happened in the Mortal
I
Realms,
don't want to say a bit. It's almost like there's some sort of blend between the Forge World stuff and big hats.
But not these guys.
But
Not
not
these
so
guys.
the Zardron, the
I like him.
Chaos Duardin, who would become known as the Helsmiths of Hashut. They instead turned to Hashut, an ancient and terrible Duardin deity who taught them the ways of hellsmithing.
That looks like some Imperial
their
Guard
whole
shit.
culture is based around.
I'm not a fan of that. I
Hashut, the
don't
Bull
think.
Father. And we're going to see that sort of writ large across all of these models. Let's dive
Dwarfs
into,
with
first
spears.
thing that appears in
I'm
the
not gonna
green
lie,
set.
it doesn't sit okay with us.
These are the infernal
Yeah,
cohort.
that's been a
Hashut-type
choice, so
spears.
we can't
Say
use
that
them.
fast if you can.
Yeah.
They are the core unit for the Helsmiths of Hashut.
That champion looks pretty
They
cool.
are an
I
elite
will admit
combat
that with a
unit
hammer and the
straight off
shield.
bat.
He's
These are
cool.
very dangerous Dwarden indeed.
Oh my god, there's this dwarf.
And
Is that a
the
dwarf
person to observe is
sword
those
as well?
Hashut-type spears.
The hobgoblin
Each
in the
of them
top
has a
right.
glowing orb in it that contains
Yeah, he's cool.
imprisoned, ground down, reconstituted demon essence, because
Yeah,
that's
so-
how they roll.
So the demon legions that invaded the various Duardin holds during the Age of Chaos, some of them took over the holds.
I'm not sure if
but
I'm
where
having this, to
the,
be honest.
Helsmiths
Dwarfs with
of
spears
Hashut
and swords.
dwelled, they instead
I don't know how I
trapped
can.
those
I don't know how I
demon
can square that
legions,
circle.
and
To be
decided to
honest.
weaponize them into a fuel to power their war machines,
The-
their weapons, and their technology.
The way
Oh.
That green glow
The way
is
the-
Had
ground
axes.
up demon juice that is powering the weapons. Of
The way the
Helsmiths.
skirts
Yeah,
are,
this is so
especially
cool.
with the
Things
where
to talk
the
about within this unit,
colour
obviously
is, the
you've got every
purple,
unit
it
champion
looks a
you
bit
see,
dark elfish.
You've got a musician.
Oh, yeah, like the
just
old
this
the
weird
dark elf
combination of
spearman,
a
etc.
bare-chested,
Yeah.
Dwarden, and a hobgrot carrying a massive gong on its back, and obviously
Did you say carrying a massive
standard bearer.
dong?
It's a two.
He said gong.
Internalism for this kit makes two different.
But no, where your head's at.
And so here you have them with Hashut type blades, basically shorter ways of killing. They have
Oh, they're
different,
nice with the
profiles within
the
the game.
swords.
Yeah,
No!
both very useful.
I'm not having it. I'm not having
spears
dwarfs with
generally are your
swords.
slightly more defensive thing, so you get bonuses against enemy that's
Just
charging
massive
you, against
dongs.
cavalry. The swords
Just
are a
massive-
slightly more offensive option.
Dwarfs
where you
with their
get
massive
fighting into
dongs.
Enemy
What?
infantry and taking the fight
Shut
to the
up.
enemy. So both
Dragging along the ground.
armored elite infantry.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Tripods,
and you
that's
can
what
paint
they
them
are.
different colours. The studio team's done a lovely job. The banner in the middle, just as a really
yeah, the
interesting
shirtless
to
helmet
sort of
guy does
bizarre
look
Dron
good.
Culture, which
I
is
do-
it's
I
a
don't
ziggurat
disagree
in the
with
middle of that banner, right? with
There's
the
some-
Bullfathers
there's some nice stuff
ruling
in there.
above. They live in ziggurat cities, and each one
That one on
is
the left
ruled by
there,
a war
as we look at
despot.
it, if it wasn't for the fact it's a spear,
Here is the war
I'd actually really like the model.
Oh, it's like you planned the whole thing.
This is my favourite model within this.
It's a great
army set.
hat.
It might be
It's a great
my
hat.
favourite of the
How
Helsmiths.
big is that axe head?
It's just so
Big
good.
axe head.
Huge hat, great big spikes.
It is interesting,
carrying
though.
an enormous
They love-
blade,
they love,
glowing, see the runes at the
Go on,
top
they love
glowing with
World
this
of
sort of
Warcraft.
eldritch power. The war despots, they have to rule through a mixture of sort of violence and also through just ensuring that everybody around them
That
knows they
axe
are the
head's about
nastiest,
half the size
toughest
he
of all
is.
of the Helsmiths. So they are
It's unnecessary, the
dominant
axe head.
Yeah, like any Duardin, they couldn't demand the loyalty of their followers
If you
unless
sort
they
of
were
glimpse at the
able
back, I want to see like, sort of the
lead
whole
from the front,
360 of the
basically.
model.
So they're not cowardly, but they certainly are diabolical schemers sort of thing. So they will lead their armies
absolutely.
Into battle proudly,
kind of elves,
but certainly
kind
not
of
go for a fair
And
fight.
their whole reason for being as an entire culture is it's just like weaponized greed. They plunder and take from the land and they give
you
nothing
know
back. They
I
don't want it, they
operate on
destroy it.
hashtag
They are,
positivity.
Like, cool in the extreme.
Yes.
because that's how
We'll
they
try to.
survived
Yeah.
in time of chaos.
I'm not.
Um,
I
Yeah,
relied
they
on us, and I
don't see
wasn't
themselves as
struggling a
corrupted
little
with
bit.
that as
with
a
no,
some
no,
thing.
there's
outright
no
disappointment.
physical side effects at all to what they've gone through.
An interesting subpoint. They see themselves as
Um,
almost the
yeah,
paragon
I'm
of the
totally
purest
with you.
order, right?
Yeah.
So they've taken the
Bits of it
essence
are lovely.
chaos and they've ground it
Like-
down and created like order from chaos.
I'm going to
but in
take
the
this
mortal
that
realms,
hopefully,
effectively they're paving
this
over the
absolute
natural
nonsense,
order and putting
it paves the way for the
monuments
Forge
to
World
Hashut and
or
the
the
great
original
ziggurats
big
that
hats
power
to
their
come out
industry.
in
Yeah,
War
absolutely.
World.
Also within this spearhead is just this.
But that might be a real
incredible
big
sense of
stretch on
control.
my
The
behalf.
Dominator engine. It's another kit that makes two things. So here you can see the immolation cannons.
What is that?
This is
What is it?
Enormous.
Exactly. What this thing,
metal
God knows what the hell that
creation,
is.
which is animated and powered by this demon energy roiling inside it. Have a look at the sort of brazier in its belly. You can see the demonic eyes peering
I'm
out
looking at this
as,
and they say the
demonic souls
glass
within it
half full.
tortured
I love the
and
flames on
exhibit
these
This
things.
is the
power.
stuff
Kind of
they're
like
in
green
for
into purple fire
EOS.
is
They could
such a
re-release the Forge
beautiful
World
sort of
stuff
aesthetic.
for.
This is
for
both
All
an
World.
incredibly cool
Yeah,
miniature,
or
which I think I'm looking
redo
forward to
it.
see what painters do with this because the heavy metal one is wonderful, but I think once
Yeah,
this goes
you
out
could
into the
redo it.
wild and you've got
You're going to see
you know,
incredible
I
interpretation.
think,
1,000
you know,
painters painting this,
being
it's gonna be
realistic,
amazing.
unless it
It's
was, I
beautiful
think would be
non-metallic.
slightly,
in
like
game.
I said
This
at the
thing is an
start,
absolute juggernaut, right? So it has
well,
a
we're going to be
2-up
disappointed
save,
unless it
armor
was
save, which in
the old
Age of
big
Sigmar
hats
almost
or the
unheard
Forge World
of.
stuff.
It has loads of wounds.
Yeah.
It's really hard. The combat version can.
It fits
mulch
with
entire
AOS,
units,
it's over
and
the
shooting
top, it's a
version,
bit
you want-
daft.
You want to wade into the middle of an enemy army and just set the whole thing on fire.
You could have used that
Like a lot of the stuff in the
helm
Helsmith army,
for
their kind of
the
army mechanic
brass bull from
allows
8th
you
edition.
to harness
Yeah.
The rest of
demon
it- the
power
rest
on
of it's
specific units,
got
so
no
you can
place in the
bolster the
world.
power of it. And on these, it's particularly devastating.
Fantastic. And we're still not done.
become obsessed with
Also
putting
within
smoke
the
on
spearhead,
everything, haven't
you'll
they?
find this.
Extra
This is
arms.
The Tormentor Bombard. The Chaos
that's
Dwarfs
that's
of
Imperial
old,
Guard
if you
tech.
cast your mind back, if you're old enough like me.
I can't
to
decide
the,
if I
the
like
world
that or
was.
not.
The Chaos Dwarfs were renowned for devastating artillery, particularly that lobbed things far across the battlefield, and that concept has been
You
reimagined for the
absolutely
Mortal Realms.
hit
with
the nail on
this
the head there.
beautiful
That
Tormentor
comment.
Bombard, raw demonic power hurled.
It's one of
high
these
into
things
the
that's
air
had
to
almost
come
the whole
crashing
time
down
as
upon
the
enemy.
whole of the
Yeah.
old world.
It's deadly
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, this is the war machine you use if
Like, I could have drooled
being
over
advanced on by
the
multiple enemy units. So you can
picks
fire
how
at a
much
single
longer
enemy
than
unit, and the units nearby also take damage. That's how devastating this is. Very long range. I think it shoots 30 inches.
But not
which,
AOS,
Again,
you know,
is
half
very,
full, let's
very good in Age
know
of
our
Sigmar.
place.
I think the Helsmiths of Hashut, between this and some
And
of their other
if this is what they do,
have
I'd
claimed
rather
to
just
being
go,
one of the most
here's a
devastating
couple of lovely
shooting armies in
models.
the Mortal
Well,
Realms.
let's talk a bit more about that.
Two
So
good
top,
campaign
we
books
have
by the sounds of it.
Shrieker rocket
Coming into
battery.
some like even if all they're done is
Brilliant
go
for just,
through
like, blowing up
what's
the
actually on
enemy's
this.
big impressive things, right?
Yeah, so this is a monster killer,
What's
right?
in the
So where
boots?
your other war machine is
Yeah.
looking to take out blocks of enemy infantry and kind of massed formations.
Do you
this
think
is
both before
they
the
have
end of the
one
year?
big monster that I want to be dead.
Ooh.
You can fire this at them.
Hopefully.
And this with a fair, with decent rolls, will take out a monster in a single volley.
You're
which is
firing
pretty good.
essentially a demon energy imbued bolt the size of two Duarden.
Ooh, is that
sort of head to toe.
is that some sort of multi
Uh,
multi-launcher version?
This launch set also includes a battle tome. It also includes all of the war scroll cards that you would.
I do actually
want
quite like
to,
that model,
have with your collection.
if I'm honest. In
It's
some
the
respects,
perfect jumping on point for an all-new Helsmiths of Hashut.
it's quite 40k-ish though.
Yeah.
But that's not it.
But that's not it.
No,
There's more.
back to the books. I think we might get both by the end of the year.
I hope so.
What is this? Oh,
Oh.
oh no! What?
If the,
The
launch
Taurus-
box wasn't awesome enough,
a mechanical
they will be followed
Taurus.
shortly thereafter with all of those incredible models that you just saw.
Look at this
rounding
background.
out the force into a
Yeah.
really substantial and impressive Warhammer Age of Sigmar army.
Yeah, immediately out of the gate, you have almost a full army offer, basically, of stuff. And we start off with one of the
quite
classic
like them,
units
actually.
of Warhammer returning. Bull Centaurs have been part of Warhammer for, I think, almost 35 years, something like that.
I remember being charged by these
yes.
when I was like
You could-
13 or
In
You
their
could use
classic
them,
red
to be
with green
fair.
bases back it was in the
They're
day.
not bad.
This is a heavy cavalry unit. They are basically the experts at riding down enemy forces and crushing them under their hooves. They hit very hard. They're well armored. These are the sort of manifestation of the power of Hashut in kind of form. The Duarden here have kind of warped to be more alike to their
You're not convinced, are you?
ancient ancestors.
You said a thing to me earlier that I thought was really striking, which is
They're
Hashut's
okay.
whole thing
They're
is
okay,
like
though.
trampling the mortal realms underfoot.
Yeah.
Right? He's
They're smaller
smaller
than the Forge World ones.
and
Yeah,
just
so-
stuck with the realm.
Yeah, so there's loads of really great lore. in the new
And they
Battle
look-
Zone.
they look
One of
like
the
they've
things
got
that
more
comes
than
out
light
is the idea
armor.
that, they were the ancestor gods of the Duarden, and
Sorry.
Hashut was almost like one of
Jay,
them.
what
He
an
was like one
absolute
of the
statement.
pantheon.
You're absolutely right. They've
And
been part of Warhammer for
he was given
35
the realm
years.
of beasts, and he
But
sort of
ignored
felt
for
that almost like an insult,
35
like,
of
I
them.
don't want the realm of beasts. So rather than trying to kind of
They're
be
definitely. I
harmonious with
think
it,
they're
he
better
decided
than
to
the
just
foot troops
trample
that we've
it
seen
flat.
so far.
So all of his
Yeah.
incarnation of
But you know
of
what
beast
they haven't got?
power is
They
in
haven't
the
got
form of
shields and they haven't got a
trampling, in the
command
form
group.
of kind of harnessing and subjugating nature.
Yeah, so let's look at
but then-
another sort of variation that this
Did they
kit
originally-
managed to make, which are the Anointed Sentinels. These are the most devoted towards Hashut of the Helsmiths. They guard his holy places, whatever a holy place for the Bull Father Hashut might look like. So they're much more defensive than the other Bull Centaurs.
You
although
got it.
by no means a passive unit. They're
Feeling
just
I've been
really great
just
at counter-punching. And when you
kicked
consider
in the
how much of
stomach or
feels
something like that,
standing
it's
back
not
and raining
cool.
death on the enemy, very useful in their own right. You also get like a little interesting nod to that Hashutite culture, sort of breathed into it through these.
Yeah, I love those miniatures. They might be my favourite in the range, those particular sculpts.
They also key into that sort of classic imagery that we're used to from before, as does the next unit. He says seamlessly segueing in. We'll see. So here's some variations, but we have the Infernal
No.
Razors. Now, These have got blunderbusses.
I'm not
if you,
100% sure that they're blunderbusses, if
are
I'm
long
honest.
enough in the beard,
No,
you
they're
might know
not.
those Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses from yesteryear.
The absolute
Oh,
terror of
Yeah.
Warhammer Fantasy 6th edition, I think.
Yeah, it was diabolical. And these are a very dangerous shooting unit in their own right. Again, they're harnessing that sort of.
I'm just going to point with you. There's something 80s about them, and I think that might be what's half put us off. It's somewhere between sort of old and
the kit makes two
high
options. You have
fantasy.
those, and you have the.
And I do
flame
not like
hurlers,
those guns at all. They look like 40k
I
guns.
mean, they hurl flames. There's not much more explanation particularly required.
Yeah, two really powerful units. The
The
blunderbusses.
bright, like that warpstone
not much to
green
choose
on
between,
all the
they both do a
weapons.
great
It's
job.
making
That's
so much
probably not
game.
helping
a
us
little bit
either,
more
to be
range on
honest.
them. The flame hurlers can fire while you're in combat, which is
I
really
don't
handy.
like
So
them.
even if the enemy
So
manages
they're
to
flame
reach you,
I'm just going out and
set
saying
them
it. I
on
don't
fire.
like
But the thing
them.
that really makes them
Yeah,
is that
it is an
the army
AOS release.
rule mechanic. You can power them up and power up the demonic
But
energy
they
inside
look-
the gun.
they
to
look like
basically
some
increase the rend
Necron
on the
tech
gun.
or something.
You get
They
these
look
things
too
up to rend
40k
3
for me.
doing multiple damage, which is absolutely horrific. So if the enemy is like charging your
Might be the paint
your big
scheme
unit
as
of
well.
infernal
It might be the
razors,
paint
and
scheme.
you get like a decent round of shooting against it.
Because
You
actually,
can wipe out things like heavy
Some of the
cavalry
models
and
themselves,
whole units
if
of
the
army
gun was just a
infantry
bit
and stuff
different,
like
I
that. They
don't
are
think I'd
very,
hate
very
it.
good.
Yeah. Now everything we've shown you really is quite elite and high value.
Get ready for the other end of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
spectrum.
exactly.
Oh,
But what
here's
if you
the
want some
hobgoblins.
chaff to hurl under the wheels
Actually,
of your
they're
engine,
not
so to
bad.
speak?
Okay.
Good news.
Okay.
There is a genial relationship between the Helsmiths of Hashut and the Hobgrots, who sort of bolster their ranks. Hobgrots are also really into doing awful things and desecrating the world, and so they
Actually, I quite like
exist
that.
a vassal
Okay,
state
no, no,
within
okay, okay.
the Zardron culture.
We're no longer shouting
In
at the
exchange
clouds.
for better
We're,
weapons than they could like forage for themselves. They
We're
could join
okay.
the army and whack stuff.
We're
They
clawing
fill a
it
really
back in.
interesting niche
We're
in that
clawing
they
it
are
back
faster
in.
than the Helsmiths, and they can scout, right?
They absolutely
actually-
can. So the
I
way these
quite
guys
like
are going
them.
to fit into your army,
be
most
fair.
of
Yeah,
your
they're
force is
nice.
going to be very good at
I
shooting.
actually think
but
they
relatively
are-
slow. So you're going to be moving up
They're
to
less
objectives
high
late
fantasy,
game,
and I
but
I
these
actually
can
quite like them.
scouts, as you say, so you
I-
can push
I
them
agree with
forward
Jay.
early in the
They're
game,
not as
grab
fun
those
as the
objectives,
originals,
just get
but they're
under
nice.
the feet of enemy units. They will absolutely be used for things
yeah,
like
you know
trying
they
to
are.
take a
They look
charge
like
from something so
hobgoblins.
you can set all your other units up for an amazing round of shooting, or to charge them with bull centaurs.
They're
or
bigger
something
than
like that.
goblins.
Yeah,
They're
So
skinnier than
you'll
orcs.
absolutely want some of these in your force. We've obviously
He's
seen
got the original
Hobgoblins
Hobgoblin
before
hat, and I'm
in
okay
the
with
kind of
that.
Cruel Boys force, but these are armoured and equipped by the Helsmiths themselves, so they've got slightly better armour maybe than the
Yeah,
ones that
none
don't
of
have
that
them.
sort of eldritch power weapons, though, not for these
Oh
guys.
no, they don't get to play with any of the cool demon stuff.
So let's look at some of the extra
Ooh,
sort of
he's
heroes
quite
that
nice.
join the faction.
No, I do
These
actually
are
quite like
this
him,
is the
to be
Demon
fair.
Smith. They are the ones who do the
Again, more
Helsmithing,
smoky
I suppose
shit.
it's fair to say.
They love smoky shit, though.
And you can
If
see
he could
in this
change
model,
his
there's some
hand.
real sort of hints as to who he is. Obviously a wizard.
it just-
he's got that demonic power.
again, looks a little bit
coming out of his
40k-ish.
hand. He's got his tome. Looks like it's
It's got little
etched in,
cues to
and
the
there was
Like
Forge
like-
World
Obsidian
ones.
Jade. or
Yeah,
something like that,
exactly.
isn't it?
No, no,
like
that model there, I
wild
don't
runes.
mind that. I don't think actually in
His
overall.
lectern is animated. In a nutshell, they
How
are.
good is that paint scheme though?
It's
Whoever painted that in the heavy metal team, well done.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
Well
like the
done.
greens
It's
that they've
just
gone
stunning.
with from this paint
They
scheme, though.
fill a particular
No.
function because they're the ones that enable all of the.
I mean, as a
Yeah,
horrendous
they allow
painter,
their kind of
I clearly
armies to
feel
work.
that I'm
In
well
game terms,
qualified
they do
to
particularly useful things.
criticise
well as being wizards,
professional
obviously, right?
painters, but I don't like the
They can
paint scheme.
heal your
You know,
war machines as well.
we
So if
paint
you've
with
got
our
any of
fingers,
those big infernal
so we can
executions
criticise
with
that.
cannons that
I
can
may as
damage,
well
they
dip
can
it in a
go
pot.
over and put
There
the
we go.
power back into them. So
Dry brush it.
This
get
kit
on.
has another option in it. It also makes an Ashen Elder. We showed you the anointed centaurs who are
sure on
ones
the
who guard
face.
the holy sites. This is the person doing the rituals inside the holy sites.
For every
And you
mo-
can
for
see
every
the
bit they released, and I think
petrification
that's quite
starts to
nice.
happen
They then-
to his skin. The
then do
older a
that.
Helsmith gets, the more they start to become like stone. Their skin cracks. If they're very powerful,
I just
if they
don't
have the right
understand.
magics available.
can
to
hold it
them,
at
they
bay
can-
a little bit.
yeah, absolutely.
maybe.
But doom is upon them. There's a couple of really interesting things. I like his staff. I'm just going to use.
Yeah, I like
bits
of it. I like the staff.
Beautiful it is.
I don't like the
smoke makes it
hammer.
look like a beard. But you had a fascinating fact about the hammer.
Yeah, so there's lots of things that are really fun about this miniature, but if we go for hammer particularly,
It's almost
there's not
like
a lot
the
of
same
hammers
that the
in
warp
the
stone-
Helsmiths
use
of the
warp
Hashut,
stone.
and one of the reasons is that
Yeah,
hammers
I
are
don't
actually
like some
seen
of
as a
the
slightly profane
aesthetics of their
symbol to the
weapons and
Helsmiths
things.
because
I
they
think that's
remind them
probably
of
a
the
problem.
other dwarven ancestor gods, which really like hammers. But this particular hammer is blessed in the blood of other Duardin priests. So he would have found a runesmith or something, or or one of the Karajan priests or something, and then slain them in a sacrifice and blessed the hammer in that blood. So that's why he's the one with the hammer.
I totally agree.
So if you're a Fire Slayer player or a Karajan,
I love the staff.
Pick on this guy.
Oh, the Karajans and the Fire Slayers really do not get on.
Not a fan of the shawl.
There is a lot. They've got beef. Basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
there's also
I know they're going for that
character we should
priesty
talk
look,
about.
but it's just
This is Urak-Tar. He's the first demon smith. Back in that ancient time when the Helsmiths needed to learn to survive, he learned the secrets of this demon smithing from Hashut. He is truly ancient and abominably powerful.
So they've kept the
You can see
turn
how
to
that
stone
manifests,
thing.
the petrification on the back, like deep,
wings as well
have
like
funny,
rock
funny
starting to
face as
form
well,
out of his flesh, horns erupting from his skull. He's mounted on an enormous infernal, my brain's just gone blank, infernal Taurus.
I genuinely was hoping they were just going to see a wind cow.
Incredible spot within the lore. Wonderful.
Flying moon.
Very cool miniature.
The initial
It's a
look,
2-for-1 kit as well, which is
I'm really
cool.
not sure
It
about the
also
wings.
makes your Demon Smith on Infernal Taurus. There's a bunch of options on this kit as well, which is amazing. So
It's all
I
very
actually can't
square.
wait to see what painters do with
It's
this
very
kit.
angular, isn't it?
It's very
Just asking
angular.
for a beautiful color scheme. You can imagine this in like beautiful non-metallics or metallics or glowing runes or
the glowing-
kind of petrified rock or something else. But again, that kind of manifestation of Hashut as never deciding to use natural materials, right? It's always going to be industrial in some way, or made out of iron or metal or stone. Or
Why?
I get what they're
The
saying.
only
They're going
base
for
is, like,
what
burn
they're saying,
cinder.
and it's all.
You can imagine him walking
It's
through
not
a forest.
anything
and
real.
just
It's
like
it's
that.
a
Should we take a look at some
industrialized.
of the models
mechanical-
in the flesh? We've got them here in the room with us. And
Yeah.
we can give you some
I've
sort of
got
sense
ourselves
of
a little
their
lineup
Yeah, look
from
at this.
here. Look at that.
It's looking good. Here is my personal favourite. You have the War
Oh, the
Despot.
hobgoblins are actually
you can
quite
see he's a
nice
very
size.
chunky looking.
Oh, yeah, I like the
guard, and
hobgoblins.
If I stick this
That's a good
infernal
size.
razor next to him, you get a sense of. Sorry, I'm just.
I do not like the
making your life
guns.
harder with the camera there. Perfect. You can see like bigger in stature, more powerful. Moving along, you have the Demon Smith and the Ashen Elder. Teeny tiny little hobgrot on the end of the line. Really
I
quite
think
sort of
the hobgoblins
scrawny,
are quite
just
like, to be
perfect,
honest.
you know,
And they could
going
see
to a
some
will and
use.
getting
It's
through
the
your day
same,
work.
just for kind of
They're
scale
the winner
purposes,
for
that's the
me.
same size, more or less, as the hobgrots that currently exist
Yeah.
in the Cruel Boys range, so you get an
Yeah.
idea of the size. Much larger. We have the bull centaur there, so you can
actually
see
quite
that the
chunky,
power of
isn't he?
Hashut kind of coursing
He is,
through
he's
that guy.
smaller
This
than
is
the-
a fairly large cavalry
Forger
miniature
ones are
there. It's like
frickin'
on a
massive.
scale with some of the kind of I guess like Agrodon sort of size, that kind of.
Yeah, he's big to say the least, but not as big as. Terrible segue. Here we go. Just
Even beefier. you
Yeah,
could say.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I don't like that at all.
This is such a cool model.
The Space
I
Marine
think,
Dreadnought.
you can have a few of these
Yeah,
in
the-
your army as well.
the
There's a few
cow
different options
Dreadnought.
for kind of heads and things. So I certainly expect to see a few of these making their way into the army.
let's bring in at least one of the artillery.
Yeah,
pieces
let's get one of
if we
those
can,
in.
and then
Right,
we'll
so-
get to,
I'd be interested to see what they look like if someone did them in
Some of these
a
guys.
Run out of space.
John Blanche
There's too much
style.
stuff in this release. It doesn't all fit on the table.
Yeah, I mean, yes, that would improve it for sure. But I just
They're not for me,
there we
but
go.
No,
You
they're
can
not
see
for
the
me.
two war machines.
Again, these have got like really lovely little dioramas on the back. So you've got multiple characters sort of with different roles.
I can get on
across
board
the
with them a
artillery
little bit
piece,
more.
like
If I'm honest.
funneling the demonic power into the engine or stoking the furnace and that sort of thing. A little
Yeah,
bit
I
like
don't like
the
the
Votann
artillery
we saw
shop they've gone
before.
with.
Just
I
like
don't think it does them
wonderful little
justice.
pieces in their own
Yeah,
right.
yeah, but let's bring in Urak-Tar, shall we?
Yeah, he's the big guy. Here he is.
Round this all out.
So I mean, this is
Really
It's
angular.
powers above
Taurus.
even the Dominator engine.
there you go.
Just exceptional.
You
There'll be
know-
loads more pictures of this on WarhammerCommunity.com.
an average painter such as
and,
ourselves
you
can make a
see
good
all
job
the
of that
detail.
because it's
There's
just
probably some bits and
painted
pieces
dry
that
brushes.
I can spray paint
we
dry brush
need
that
to
bad boy.
move
I
on.
mean, I won't
Yeah,
be.
we need to get.
Right.
That was that's
Before
very
I do,
cool. Very
before
cool.
I do, one more thing. I'm aware that lots of people in the chat might be keen to know about Warcry and whether or not Warcry is relevant here. The Warhammer Studio team are going to publish rules for using Helsmiths of Hashut for Warcry when they release.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled on the Warhammer Community website.
But we've got all those 30 seconds for all world.
Helsmith
Son of a bitch.
models in Warcry.
I still think it was
So
quality.
not only will there be a full new army for
I'm
Warcry,
just-
it's
I'm
got
amazed what
also
actually got
featured
Old World in
an
it.
entire new faction in Warcry.
Yeah, to be
Yeah,
fair,
absolutely.
Also-
to a point.
Yes,
You
it
know,
would be nice if we segued
after the
seamlessly
summer
into
of
the Warhammer
the summer of
Underworlds.
everything in one
So
one
welcome
go.
to Spitewood. This is an expansion for Warhammer Underworlds. It's the scene is essentially you're in the Spikewood. You have a Helsmiths of Hashut warband fighting against the Canothi. So it really is industry versus nature.
There's a strong rivalry in the Mortal Realms between the Helsmiths, who are all about, like, as we say, trampling nature underfoot, and the Sylvaneth, who are all about protecting nature, and the Canothi are a particularly kind of warlike aspect of that, following the kind of absent hunter god Kurnoth. So they will defend the wild places of the Mortal Realms.
Yeah, so here you can see the two warbands. So this is an expansion, as we say, for Emberguard.
Did one of them look like a
the
centaur?
The Helsmiths, you have the Canothi. The Blood of the Bull is the Helsmiths unit. Bottom left-hand corner, you have a War Despot. Her army advancing into the Spikewood has suffered a strategic reversal, so she's regrouped with her sort of remaining warriors, her inner circle, and she's waiting on reinforcements before she can raise the place to the ground. So she finds herself contesting it, obviously, against the other warband.
Yeah, and you've got some great archetypes in the mix there as well. I particularly like the Hobgrot.
He deserves a call out, doesn't he?
He does, because again, if you've been playing Warhammer for a very long time, you may remember hobgoblins from Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and there was a unit called Throat Cutters, I think it was, or Throat Slitters.
No,
it wasn't called that at all.
Basically a homage to those.
It's really lovely.
Which is really lovely to see.
Yeah, they've got their rules reflect that sort of plunder, take what you want, decimate the landscape just for the joy of it sort of mentality. The other warband in this set is, he says, well, there we go, the Kurnoth's Herald.
I mean, they're nice Wild Riders sort of thing.
There's three of them in the kit. They make
they could be cool alternative builds.
The thing to point out with them in terms of like their rules and how they play is that they're very defensive because they're holding what they've got. They're not interested.
Wild Riders were quite high fantasy anyway.
Their woods. And so while they're in their own area of the board,
I'm not sure.
You're not feeling them.
Mechanic,
I don't know if I really like them or I really dislike them.
It's quite an interesting warband then, because
one of
they're
those?
quite a fast warband, and usually you expect that to be quite aggressive, but your bonuses are for defensive play.
Yeah, so redeploying, fighting in different areas in your own area. And
I love these miniatures. I think we've seen Canothi in
but if there's three of them in the box, and the box will be 50 quid?
They're not going to be worth that
too
money.
long, and I'm really disturbed by their gemstones
You
glowing in
said
their
that you don't like the glowing belly button. I dig it. I'm here for glowing belly buttons.
So there we go. Awesome stuff also for Warhammer Underworlds. What an awesome set of releases for Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
And 10 years of Warhammer
That's
Age of
a really
Sigmar
fair
as well.
point. Yeah. 10 years ago this month, we saw the arrival of the Mortal Realms, the birth of Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
God, 10 years ago.
Sort of showing over the coming
year,
year a whole bunch of interesting things to do with Mortal Realms. So if you enjoy Warhammer Age of Sigmar,
I wish people who enjoy Age of Sigmar all
It's
the
taken
best.
the Helsmiths a long time to get here, hasn't it?
Yeah,
But
what
then
we've
they
got
are
now,
early movement
I'm
forward.
very happy
Rappers,
with.
respectably remind us
Maybe
that
they did
there's
have to die,
five
people.
more things to
Oh,
talk
there's
about.
more.
My God.
And we're already getting the move along side.
It was a dark time.
There are 4 more boxes.
I remember
coming for
going
Warhammer
into
Underworlds.
Newcastle
Each
store.
box contains 4 warbands. Each box also
and we use them, the
synergizes
Isle
with
of
a
Blood
particular
miniatures
faction. So this is the Order one
to
that's
do
in
intro
shadow.
games.
It contains 4 warbands from the Order faction, Grand Alliance, I should say. This is the Death one.
Yeah.
These are the Reavers of Ruin, the Chaos Warbands, and we've saved my favourite to last because I'm allowed to. The Gits and Goliaths, the Destruction Warbands. Each anybody who plays Warhammer
troll thing in the
Underworlds
bottom
will
left-hand
know
corner?
each Warhammer Underworlds Warband is lovely, right? They're just characterful and they
And the
hone
flying
into part
squig.
of the Mortal Realm setting, and you get 4 in a box. It's just,
If in doubt,
it's
squig it out.
delightful. To play with them, you would need to pick up this, which is the Warbands of Spikewood. It contains all the cards and everything that you want. So whether you fancy playing with them in Warhammer Underworlds, seamlessly integrating them with their War Scroll cards into Warhammer Age of Sigmar, or just having some different hobby experiences.
Yeah, agreed.
16 opportunities.
Agreed.
in 4 boxes.
There are every one of those.
Although
boxes
without
is
the
all
success of
killer,
Age of
so
Sigmar,
there are
we
some
may never have
beautiful
got
miniatures
all
in there,
world re-released.
including the crab, the IMF crab.
Potentially.
Perfect. Yeah.
We
So
would never
Yeah,
have
no.
sold
actually are at the end of the Warhammer.
We are now at the end of
Things
the
to-
Mortal
It
Realms
would be a good time to check in on Question Corner and see if there are in
What
fact
you call
any
it.
questions.
The
loads.
financial speak
People
for
are very, very
themselves.
excited
Yeah.
to
See on the
hear
graph
about
when
Helsmiths
old
joining
when
Warhammer. That'd be really
8th
fun.
edition died.
I'm really pleased because we want them to be able to play with them and enjoy them.
Yeah, and of course the range is stunning, so people are super pumped about that. So there's a bit of confusion about the Grand Alliance that they come from. So presumably they come from the Chaos Grand Alliance. And
Well,
so
they're
how
going to
do
talk
they
Age of
fit in?
Sigmar was going to mute him. Because, well, it's irrelevant what they're talking about. In actual use of them in Age of Sigmar, so never mind. Those Chaos Dwarf models want to celebrate that they've released them again. I don't feel like I can.
They're not our Chaos Dwarfs.
They're not all Chaos Dwarfs.
It's.
I never
to
really
their
played
own.
it first edition, to be honest. Age of Sigmar. When you have long mustaches and interacting in a silly manner.
I had a couple of games of it when it first came out, and
It wasn't for me because it's the same reason I don't like 40k. I wanted to play rank and file models.
Yeah. But I'm not one of these people that'll rage about people enjoying
Yeah,
it.
like I did, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't angry, because I really was. But I can move on because I think Underworlds a phenomenal game.
Yeah. Ultimately, like you said, without the success and the growth of 40k, AOS, and all the rest of it, we wouldn't have Underworld.
Yeah.
Now we just need them to go put a few more sculptors, a bit more production time.
Yeah.
Teeny 40k or teeny heresy.
That's what that is, isn't it? The Imperial
It's
Alliance is
epic
tiny.
scale.
It's epic 40, epic 30k.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think those Hobgoblin models though could be used.
They're the only thing that I would take from it.
I didn't mind the character with the book, with the
Yeah.
hand in the air. I want more
You're a bit
information
deflated.
about that tiny little tease that they gave us about Underworld. They could have done a bit more of a tease about like the Slayer army. They could have definitely delved into the whole Order Princes concept. And if they're going to call an arcane journal the War of Setra's Fury, do we think Setra becomes remotely usable?
No. No, he does not. Why break a habit of a lifetime?
What we need them to just accept it and release Arcan the Black.
You know, I'm on board with that as long as he comes with Manticore Chariot.
Fly chariot. But in the Nagash books, he's much more deployed riding a horse.
Yeah, but everyone loves the Flying Chariot.
Everyone loves the Flying Chariot, obviously. But like I say, Vampire Coast, there's lots of options that we could do with now that with this little tease that we're going into new arcane journals that don't see that I'm building on what we have. Like, come on, Vampire Coast. But no, so what do we know we're getting though? Like some jazzy stuff out, Mortuary Cult.
Yep. A Slayer's list and a Border Prince
Slayer list. And what we think is going to be the new version of Dogs of War called Border Princes.
Yeah.
And then we also know that we've got the next phase of Cathay and Miao Ying, and some sort of combination between their Grand Cathay and the Empire through Westerland.
Yeah. But interesting.
It's Westerland where Marienburg is before it splits off. I wonder if we get the land ship, because they might want to print money.
I don't think so.
No,
they would have announced that if it was.
Would they have though?
Oh yeah. But when you look at it, we've got two books there. The Westerland is the continuation of Fidel Sassoon, the Chainmaker story. And the other one is the continuation of the Khemri and the Bretonians Arcane Journal.
Do the two king horses have beards? I don't think they've got beards on these pictures. They don't have hair. Cheeky sod. The models are lovely looking though.
They are. The banner bearer.
I really like the Pope hat on one of the mortuary priests. I'm sure it's got an official term and it's not referred to as a Pope hat. But I think we all know what I'm talking about when I say the Pope hat.
The banner bearer on foot,
Yep.
does that not look just like a really, really lazy redesign of the Lizard Man one?
I see where you're coming from with that, with the actual banner itself.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is a throwback to people of our age. The feel of them a little bit, especially the Herald ones, are quite Mumra like.
Yeah.
Classic Mumra from Thundercats.
The
Transformed
armor,
with desiccated husk. Into
the
Mumra
armor on the
ever living.
horses.
Sorry, the
remind-
horses.
Yeah, it kind of reminds us of the old Marauder ones.
Mhm.
You know, going way, way, way back.
Yeah. That scroll though, that's on the models are lovely. Models
Yeah,
are
the
lovely.
scroll.
Very excited that there's continued. Like, there's just more stuff being announced in like you say, in a summer where we've been absolutely swamped with new stuff for Old World. So I probably am being greedy by wanting more being shown.
I honestly think we're going to get both of those released before the end of the year.
God, I hope so.
Well, I'll say before, because the next big preview show will be LVO at the end of January.
Yeah, and so why preview it now in a summer preview if they're not trying to push ahead with it for the rest of this year?
Yeah, I think
Otherwise,
they'll be out
Otherwise, why
before.
bother releasing it? As in,
Both
why
be out
put it in a
before
preview
LVO.
show? Yeah. LVO's January.
Yeah, end of January.
Oh, there's your Saturnine shoulders that you love.
Hideous.
They're very World of Warcrafty with the big shoulders.
On the size of that hammer.
Yeah. Oversized weapons and shoulder pads.
It is becoming more World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
It's leaving dinosaurs like us behind.
Old men screaming at clouds. We just need to embrace who we are.
I do like the Thousand Suns colour scheme though.
Colour scheme's lovely.
That cherry red.
To be fair, if I were to do a Horus army, a heresy army, I think I would do Thousand Suns.
I would do Thousand Suns or Alpha Legion.
Plus, Zenith's always been my favourite Chaos Guard overall. Zenith and Nurgle. Magic and the Plague. Or just the Lazy Fat Man, whichever way you want to look at it.
Jesus Christ.
Some big shoulders, then.
It's when you put a normal Marine next to them, they're like 250% the size. So how the hell is a normal Marine in that?
What I don't get is, like, they've got this Uber armor now in the Saturnine armor. Like, where does it go between 30k and 40k if it's that much better?
Oh, it gets, well, because Vulcan's punked and they can't make it anymore.
No. I see.
Oh, the new series. There we go.
This is book 1 called Ashes of the Imperium, and this kicks off a multi-book, multi-author mega series set in the ashes of the Imperium. It's a perfect title. The Horus Heresy is ended. The Emperor is mortally wounded, enshrined upon the Golden Throne. The War Master is dead. The forces of the traitor legions are in full retreat. What happens next? So this series begins essentially at that premise, and here we have a very understandable confrontation between a battered and damaged Rogel Dawn and Rabute Gilliman, who has arrived pristine with reinforcements, and as you can see, they're at loggerheads already. Black Library are super excited for us to be announcing this today.
So this is
because
the next
this is
big
the culmination
series
of
to
a lot of
replace
work
the
and effort
Heresy.
in a really,
Well, yeah, because after a 50-book
carefully assembled
series, what you
cabal
need
of
is
writers and
another
creators that have been
another mega
putting
series
out
to turn
a
out.
multi-book
You've
series
got to make the money flow.
over several years. I'm really excited by
To
it.
be fair,
You were
I
saying,
read all the
to me earlier on that
Heresy,
there's
and
kind of
it's
like three
quite
core
good. I
themes,
like
aren't there,
the lore.
Yeah,
that's been
absolutely.
explored.
It's just got a bit
So
too
in a nutshell, and without spoiling
convoluted
anything for those of you
for
who
me. It was
want
just.
to enjoy
I
it,
mean, I
the
love
promise
epic
is
fantasy
spoiler-free.
reads, but
There are three principal themes. Theme number one is what happens with the legions Astartes, right? They've essentially caused all of this, or their brothers have.
this is where
They've
Gurleyman
ruined
tears
the work
apart
of the Great
the
Crusade. The Imperium is in
chapters.
tatters.
Yeah, the
What is
legions.
the place of the Space Marine legions in the wake of this catastrophe? For the traitor legions, the second of these sort of perspectives.
But this will be what,
the War
another
Master's
50,
death,
60
the whole
books.
purpose for doing this has now failed.
It'll be a lot. It'll be a
Chaos
good
gods
number of books. I would imagine.
withdraw some of their power. So suddenly they thought they were onto a good thing, and now they're relatively alone and at sea. How do they survive? How do they regroup?
No, to be honest, I
The
think
they've
they've still only got,
in my opinion, maybe the
What
most
official
compelling,
one?
which is what of
Is
humanity,
this just that,
right? They've just watched
Brett
these
one, isn't it?
demigods
Yeah,
wage
Lords of
war
the
across
Lance
the
or something.
Imperium,
Something like
ruin
that.
everything, destroy the Emperor's great works. The Emperor is mortally wounded. How do they respond? How does humanity rally, and how does it perceive the place of the Space Marine legions that remain?
I wouldn't mind. There's so
Absolutely.
many
And I think
amazing.
worth saying as well, this is absolutely, you
books
can
that
treat this as
were
a
out
self-contained
for
series.
Oh, yeah.
If you have read
The
all of the
Othello
Horus Heresy, from
series,
Horus Rising, all the way through the full novel series,
Genevieve
and then gone
series,
through the Siege of Terror,
today
first
just
of
a
all,
couple
very
that
well
can
done.
easily re-release some of
There's
those
a
bad
lot of
boys.
books to read, some great stories in there. But if you are new,
I think
to
I'd probably
the
rebuy
Horus
them, to be
Heresy
honest. I
and
don't
kind
have
of
them
the setting
anymore.
and the era,
Like the
you can
Draken,
absolutely
like
just jump in
Drakenfels,
with
is that
Ashes
one
of
of the
Imperium
Drakenfeld.
and treat the Scouring
Yeah,
as a
like,
series
there's
in
just
its own
so
right.
many good books
I
from
have
back
to
in
give
the
a little
day.
bit of a shout out to Chris Ray
On
as well,
that,
who's the
you know,
author
the
chosen
Cubicle
for this first book.
7
He
Old
is a
World
true
roleplay
gangster
game,
of
I
words.
think that
Yeah.
would be
He's written
really
some of
good
the
for.
really
Yeah, it looks
fantastic
amazing.
Black Library novels. If
Even
you've
if you don't
never read
play
a
it,
Chris
I
Ray
think
book
it
and you
would
just
be
want to dip
lovely
your toes
books
in
to.
ahead of
Quality of
design
their
this,
books, like from
could
like
not
Cubicle
recommend
7
enough
do,
Baldor
are
Birth
quite
of the
something
Imperium.
as well, to be
It sort of
honest.
sits outside the rest of the sort of Horus Heresy experience
Chronology,
a little
yeah,
bit, and it's like top tier Black Library fiction, and might be a fun way to sort of
Put that back on now while they're talking about the rest of this 30k book. Well, post 30k book, technically, I suppose.
All in all, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, I don't know if I can give it an 8. Although I'm not very excited about. Actually, no, because if they had a bit delved into what it is a little bit more, I'm very, very excited about the old world stuff that's coming out. Like, really excited about it.
It's the next chapter. More flamey shit.
But no, I'm excited about the new Tomb King models. I'm excited about the new stuff from Mortrical, obviously, personally. I'm excited that there's a Slayer army coming, obviously, because that's cool as hell. I'm excited that it looks like there's some kind of Dogs of War coming back in Border Princes. Like, again, that's cool as hell and really exciting. It's nice that the rest of the Cathay is coming, and there's going to be some sort of combo between them and Empire. And 2 more new Arcane Journal style books. Like, actually, that's a lot of stuff to be really positive about. It's just a shame that we've got so little of it on the street.
Yeah, since we've got so little information, I'm just intrigued by the expanded terrain rules.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, really, I think there's a lot to be excited about, despite how little was actually shown.
Yeah, what little was said about it.
Yeah, that's kind of, I think, probably where my feelings are with most of it. There's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. I'd just like to see more of it.
Yeah,
and I'd like a bit more context to it and a little bit more info. But I'm always going to say that because the only game I play is Overworld.
I'm pleased. It looks like it is going to slow down just a little bit because we've had so much to take in.
Yeah, honestly, I like if they're going to focus on alternative ways to play the armies that are already there, like I don't mind that at all.
Oh,
For
I'd be
for the
happy
time
if
being, like
I would be
let's
happy
build
if
on more
every
true
two
cult.
or
Let's really. It would have been lovely if Slayer Army had came out in the actual Dwarf Arcane Journal, but it's coming now, and that's the main thing.
yeah, if every
You
2
know.
or 3 months we got an Arcane Journal with a couple of new Army of Infamies in.
Over the moon, to be honest. Until we eventually maybe get the Legacy armies re-released officially. That's
I
kind
just-
of. That's would be kind of the. I'll say the dream. That's a bit. It's over-egging it maybe a little bit, but you know that could be that kind of could be the dream.
I think it's inevitable over the longest time scale.
Yeah. Actually, like all said and done, like with if that's it for Old World, which it almost certainly is from this preview show, that is still a lot said. Oh, sorry, a lot coming in with very little said, and that's
Yeah, very little detail.
yeah. That even the top line from the Warcom article just is enough. It gives enough of a teaser.
Yeah.
Um,
And mind you, I'm pleased that they've clarified the 48 pages because I got really excited with the hardback book.
it did look hardback though, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that was just a image generated.
It did look like a hardback. I think my channel has taken a bit of another PCs. The hamster's walking back up again. It was taking a little bit of a pound in there, bless it. Should probably do something about upgrading the tower. I was just looking at it there as if that, like, looking at it was going to give us any kind of answers.
So it looked a bit sad.
Just looking at us with its red light, getting all aggressive at us.
But no, yeah, I'm happy.
So they started with 40k. I suppose it's not 40. It's their number one game. Started with 40k and circled back to finish on 40k as well.
Yeah, it's, here's the money.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's their most purchased game, most played. It's where so much of their cash comes from, doesn't it?
I've just looked that cover for the new Tomb King Arcane Journal. It's a really nice cover.
It does look nice, doesn't it? It does look
I'm
nice.
just doing that desperate. Is there any hints there?
Doesn't look like anything on there. I suppose that looks inherently giveaway-ish. There's a horse and the poor Pat.
Oh, but no, I've enjoyed doing this. I've actually really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
and thank you for everyone who has logged into our live sort of stream. It's been very much appreciated. It's been nice to sort of chat and watch it and do it live. It's been really cool.
Nice to have that bit of interaction.
Aye. I'm obviously just happy that it worked. Yeah, clearly it would have been nice if we had more Old World stuff to nerd over, but that was probably a bit of a pipe dream.
But coming up before the end of the month for the people that are here, the pack is going live soon.
Yeah, we will have the pack finalised. We've got one scenario left to draw the map for. So our pack will be coming out for Forgotten War 3 and on our next show probably. So
Probably
thanks for joining in, Jay. Thank you.
Might do something like this, go live for it.
Yeah. Maybe if we can get all four of us on at one point for a live one, that'd be cool. But I think in the meantime, we know this is winding down, so probably say thanks very much for watching, guys. And we'll try to do more live stuff because actually, if even if just a few of you want to join in, like that's really cool. So like, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and everyone have a great weekend.
Yeah, have a lovely weekend, everyone, and thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Good night.